Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning to you all, and happy new week. And welcome to this early morning or early Monday morning broadcast. Please hear this breaking news and the headline. What the UK government is saying concerning this shambles that they called election, or will I call it selection, as my predecessors used to do. So look at it here. UK government asks Nigerians to accept and be proud of the presidential election despite criticism. This one, there's an Igbo adage, or there's a saying that goes in Igbo that if UK can accept this kind of election in their own land, then Nigerians have no reason to doubt it or to question the integrity of the election. But if they cannot accept it and they want Nigerians to accept it, that is how, and that is where they make the greatest mistake of their life, of trying to impose a president who is not being welcomed by the people. Look at what is happening in Lagos State. Look at the attack on Igbos, simply because that Igbos voted Labour Party. It happened during the presidential election. It is happening now in the governorship election because they voted Labour Party. Where Nigeria have turned to a zoo country whereby no one have any right again to exercise their civic duties of voting who they choose or who they believe is their candidate. It's only one-sided party that if you not vote for APC, they begin to attack you. The president-elect has not been sworn in. Look at the thuggery, look at the aboroism, look at the impunity these people are using to attack and killing and shooting our brothers in Lagos State, in every part of the Lagos State. When the Igbos agitate for the state of Biafra, it seems that they don't like democracy or they don't want to be in one Nigeria. Tell me, how can this one Nigeria stand? Whereby in Meduguri, 2 good times, the highest market that Igbos are trading are being bought down. First one happened when they voted for Labour Party during the presidential election. At the Saturday night, after the election of the governorship and state assembly, another one happened again. The second market was burnt down. It happened in Lagos, in Akrere spare parts, Olodia Papa. Yesterday, as I'm talking to you, our brothers have been brutalized in what did they call it? What did they call this place? Abulado, with chains of machetes. The most funny part of it there is the police around there is the one that is giving gun to the Aboros to use to shoot the Igbos. The international community will not say anything about this. No one will ever come out now and to condemn these killings. The president-elect have not for one day come out and said you people should stop all this now because this is the monsters he created in Lagos State. But when the Igbos retaliate now, it will turn to another different thing. The impunity, the attacks, and the inhuman treatment being meted out to the Igbos, no one is saying anything. The federal government is out there, the state government is out there, the local government is out there. All the what do they call it? All the security personnel, all of them are aware. Miss Muslio Akinsanya, which is very popularly known as MC Olomo, have threatened the Igbos not once, not twice in the course of this election. And the police people come out now and tell us that they see it as a joke. Right under their nose, the election was conducted, and so brutality on the Igbos. Igbos are not fools. That the Igbos keep silent does not mean they don't know what to do. That they keep calm does not mean that they don't know how to carry arms. But let the state government and the federal government address this issue before it gets out of hand. I don't want to hear tomorrow now that Igbos are in the Yoruba land and they are trying to drag the land with them. No one is dragging any land with any tribe. Igbos are peace-loving people. They are out there to do their normal business. That Yoruba people that don't have ancestral land again, nobody have ever forced them to sell their lands. Every land being acquired in the Lagos State there by the Igbos, they pay through their nose. They buy it, they pay to the owner, and also they pay omoliles, who think that the only duty they have in their own land is to be selling their ancestral land and forming a group of touts, going from one place to another. Anywhere you buy land, you must pay them their service charge before you can erect anything on that very land. So Igbos never force them to sell their ancestral lands. Igbos never force them to resort to one rooms with their 11 or 12 children. They do it willingly. So I don't see the reason why this inhuman treatment of Igbos is trying to take over Lagos. Lagos have been there for a very long time, for many years. People are using ethnic groups to play their card. But all these Yoruba Abros, they don't understand anything because they are more than illiterate morons here and there, causing havoc and problems. Tinubu, you better address this issue. Sanwo-Olu, you better address this issue before it gets out of hand. There's a level you can push somebody that person can never take it again. You people are pushing the Igbos to the wall. Do not allow them to react, and their reaction might not be good. Do not allow them to carry arms. It might not be good. If you people want the Igbos to go, grant them peacefully the referendum they are asking. Then Biafra will quietly leave every state and mind their own state and develop it. Igbo men are buying lands in Banana Island, $1 million per plot of land, and they can buy a nonsense land that is filled with water. Only to feed their land, they will spend more than what they bought, the amount they spend on buying the land. But yet, you people did not appreciate. How many Yorubas can come out now, if not the elites? I mean, a normal Yoruba man, a businessman, can come out and buy a land of $1 million, a plot. They imagine how many plots that person can buy to be able to suit to the structure that he or she want to erect in that very land. Enough is enough. UK government, you are forcing the Nigerians that they should accept the election and be proud of it. I am very happy you said despite criticisms. In one of your Katrina Lane, in one of your write-ups, you said that there are setbacks. And that setbacks, not even an inch of it, that the UK, even a pregnant woman in UK will come out and say that this thing can never stand, and the right will be listened to. You people have reduced Nigeria to mere a zoo country whereby we don't have a say of our own. That it must depend on international communities to tell us what to do or the election to accept. If this election is free and fair, if this man is being voted in the way they vote other presidency, what happens? Why do not Joe Biden have not congratulated the so-called president-elect or the so-called INEC-elect? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said this thing over and over again, that it's only the INEC determines your election, not your vote. Our vote does not count. Yet, we are being given assurance on many occasions by Mahmudu, who is the INEC chairman, that this election is going to be free and fair. It was after the election that the Amechi of Port Harcourt, Rotimi Amechi, come out now to tell us that the people who reappointed Mahmoud is Tinubu allies. In other words, there's no anyhow Tinubu is going to fail that election. But it has to be on record that the election that made Tinubu a president of Nigeria is a doctored election. It's a doctored result. They have doctored it. The main election have not been pronounced. And that is the more reason why the INEC have denied the Labour Party presidential candidate, B2B, and his lawyers access to the electoral materials. Even the PDP as well. And you are forcing us that we must accept it and be proud of it. Can your country ever accept, even in a county election, accept these mess that we call election? Election being conducted with over 300 and how many billions of naira, which is how many millions of dollars have been spent. Yet nothing comes out of it. It seems like it looks like a child's play. And you are here telling us right on our face that we should accept it. If I use any derogatory words against you now, I don't know how YouTube will say it. But it shall never be well with UK and all the UK that is putting Nigeria in this kind of mess. That is the only thing I have to say this morning. Please, my dear people, you have heard the headlines, and you have also heard the talks that follows it. My spirit is very angered this very morning, seeing this news as a top headline for me to give in this very today. I mean, it is alarming, and it is unacceptable to me. It is unacceptable. I can't accept. We cannot accept this. Democracy, as we all know, is a government of the people, by the people, and with the people. But these people have said no to the election result of the presidency. We are talking about what happened in the presidency, that, okay, the mistake that the INEC make, let's call it a mistake, that they will correct it in this governorship election, yet the same thing still happened. A lady was caught on camera saying that nobody can do them anything. They are not do what? That she cannot transmit election by beavers. That nobody can do her anything. That the order is from above. Simply because that very polling unit have been taken over by Labour Party. And you people still tell me right before my face that we are practicing democracy. Democracy my foot. So my good people, please, you are highly welcome to this early Monday broadcast. In case you are not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. And make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Another breaking news. IPOB is saying this: Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ifeanyi Ejiofor's misleading narrative to sustain a failed Biafra narrative. I don't know what it means, but we will find out what happened on this very news. This one is a very good news to all the Labour Party out there, all the obedience. Chimaroke Nnamani have accepted defeat and sent message to Labour Party senator-elect in Enugu North or West. I don't know. This one is a breaking news. The full list of APC, PDP governors that won and lost the election. You will find it on NigerianNews.com and also on the Daily Trust, and even Sahara Reporters also have the news. So my good people, let us start with our news right away. We don't have time to wait because time is money. The United Kingdom government has urged Nigerians to be proud of the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections despite the various report setbacks, particularly from the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The outgoing British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Catriona Leon, on Tuesday stated this while fielding questions from Western newsmen after she paid a farewell visit to the Senate President Ahmed Lawan at the National Assembly Abuja. The British Envoy described Nigeria's democracies as fascinating despite the contentions on the 2023 electoral processes by some political actors. Asked about her impression of the Nigeria and democracy, Liang said, "Nigerian politics is just so fascinating. I was here for the last election and I will finish this with this election. I am indeed impressed with the Nigerian democracy journey. You are a liar. You are a liar. In your country, this kind of a thing can never even happen, and each of it will never happen. And when it happens, the masses will not accept it. Yet you are telling us to accept it by force. I think you are sick in the head." Asked about her impression of Nigeria and democracy, Liang said, "Nigerian politics is just so fascinating. I was here for the last election and I will finish this election," according to her. "Yes, there have been some setbacks overall. I see this as a positive and Nigerians should be proud. Nigerian politics is fascinating just to watch it. What I really want to get across is that Nigeria is the biggest democracy in Africa. The world watches your progress to democracy. This is not democracy, but what? Democracy. Although there were some disappointments, there were a lot of disappointment, not there were some in this election. I think overall, Nigerians should be proud." At the House of Representatives, the British Envoy told the Speaker, Adeyemi Adeboken, that the Electoral Act of 2022 was a giant stride achieved by the Parliament, which is nonsense. Earlier in his remark, Senate President Ahmed Lawan advised the incoming National Assembly to maintain a bipartisan approach that prioritizes the national interest amid its deliberations. Speaker Adeyemi said both the House and the outgoing British High Commissioner enjoyed a robust relationship, adding that we will miss you, Nigeria will miss you, the Parliament will miss you, and your various engagements. Let me tell you the gospel truth. If you people don't know it, this woman is a poor church rat. But now, living Nigeria, she's living as a billionaire in pounds because of the shady deal that they have been doing with the Nigerian government. So tell me why she cannot come out and tell us that the election is so fascinating. It is not your fault. It is our crude oil that is speaking. So go ahead. You people have already did what you people are doing to make sure that this country stayed where it is. No moving forward. No good roads. Go back to your country where there's everything you needed. The good road, the water is there, the electricity is there. Everything that is making life meaningful is there. It's out there. 60 years later, after the independence, Nigeria is still going back instead of going front. And you people are clapping for us. Can't you see that you people are not telling yourself the truth? Nonsense. IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ifeanyi Ejiofor's misleading narrative to sustain a failed Biafra. The cable online publication of March 18, where it featured one Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide, a Yoruba man who claimed to reside in Lagos as a guest writer to cable news. Well, my attention was drawn to the garbage the man, they said Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide wrote, and I laughed it off because all I saw in the junk article from the Lagos-based unreasonable columnist was just an attention he needed so badly. They said Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide is just an attention seeker who seeks the job of framing Adesina or Garuba Shehu, the media aides to let President Muhammadu Buhari, who died in 2017 according to the news, and was replaced with an imposter by name Jubril al-Sudani to act as the late President Muhammadu Buhari in Aso Rock. Yes, the man is preparing himself to work under Ahmed Bola Tinubu, Emilokon rigged mandate come May 29, 2023, swearing in and beyond. Of a truth is that the Fiji columnists are seeing the challenges ahead of him, that IPOB is still intact and solidly heading for the liberation of our people from this British Zoological Republic of Nigeria, despite series of fruitless government-sponsored media and physical attacks here and there, directly or indirectly, to castigate and mail the indigenous people of Biafra Quest for liberation. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide believes that writing in defense of his principal rigged mandate, which is being challenged in the electoral tribunal by the opposition parties presently, should be one of the least challenges facing him and not Biafran issues. Therefore, he chooses to test run the ground for his incoming bulls by first writing a beautiful nonsense that does not represent the facts, both logically and the common reasoning against IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu and Ejiofor and Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide, who, while thinking that such weak blackmail against IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu and our lead counsel, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, will ever see the light of the day, and that is where he hit the rock. IPOB is used to the Zoological Republic of Nigeria daily blackmails, but in every blackmail sponsored by any of the zoo media establishments like this one coming from the cable news, have one mentality: to rent Adeyemi Adeboken as their guest writer. IPOB always comes out stronger because a lie can run faster than 1,000 miles, while the truth is still putting on its shoes, but at the end, the truth will still surface and bypassed by the lies of many thousand miles, because the lies has no substance to hold self for long without yielding a breakthrough point or elastic limit. According to the Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide, who resides in Lagos, and in other words, he is a true Lagosian, as they are fondly called. And he has demonstrated a proof of his Igbophobia when all his worry is how IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and Ifeanyi Ejiofor are working hard to sustain Biafra narratives, and ignores writing to condemn the destruction of billions of naira worth of Igbo businesses being burned down in Lagos on daily basis by Ahmed Bola's political thugs. One of their latest action activities is the burning down of Akere Market in Olodi-Apapa area of Lagos State, simply because the businesses there are owned by Igbo ethnic communities that live and do businesses in that part of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Adeyemi Adeboken, who heads a demonstration against Igbo, is so obvious that if actually IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor are deceiving the Igbo ethnic nationality in Nigeria using what he called a failed Biafra narrative as he tactically and hypocritically insinuated. In his baseless and malicious article, then I am of the view that Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide will be the least person in Nigeria to bother himself, just as he doesn't bother how many billions of Igbo-owned businesses that has been burned to ashes by Ahmed Bola Tinubu's political hoodlums in Lagos State during the just concluded Jamboree Nigeria fraud electoral processes called presidential election, just because majority of the Igbos or majority of the Igbo ethnic nationality in Lagos State exercise their right of franchise by voting according to their conscience, which persons like Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide strongly believes was against their favored Emilokon candidate in a country called One Nigeria. Yet, he is hypocritically that Nigeria is a country of rule of law. What a hypocrisy of a man. Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide is residing in a faraway town of Lagos State from the junk he wrote. He claimed that he is worried and sympathizing for the Igbos on insecurities caused by the unknown government in the Igbo land. But he gladly ignores what the Igbo community are passing through in the hands of his fellow brothers in Lagos State. From an analysis of empirical facts available, such as a hypocrite cannot be taken serious because such a person enjoys whatever insecurities an Igbo man is suffering anywhere in Nigeria. There are catalog of evidences that unknown government are sponsored political talks in Igbo land used by APC, even though they disguise themselves as Biafra group to dent IPOB and ESN image, of which APC politicians across the southeast and southwest zone are the sole sponsors, and doubtlessly forensic records are there for the international communities to go and verify. As of today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held illegally against court judgment in DSS dungeon cum solitary confinement without any substantial charges against him. Reason is because the Federal Republic of Nigeria Appellate Court has discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all 15 count charges leveled against him on the 13th day of October 2022. Yet, Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide, the DSS agent, ignored to point accusing finger at the federal government of Nigeria's continuous disobedience and flagrant behavior to obey court orders that frees Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the DSS dungeon. In such a country, can the so-called Adeyemi Adeboken said the Nigerian promotes the rule of law? Do you now see the hypocrisy of an average paid columnist who writes without substantiated facts, logic reasons, promotes based on the illogical column for his paid masters? If the DSS cannot obey simple court orders, which they are obliged to obey by providence of constitutional democracy, like as it is done in a sane country, where there is a rule of law and obedience to court orders, why Mr. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide thinks that DSS first statement on the deteriorating health condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be believed. Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide's claim that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is helping IPOB in what he called misinformation and disinformation campaign is because Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is feeding fat from IPOB coffers, thereby Ejiofor is acting beyond his duties and playing the role of a member rather than a lawyer. I laughed at this foolishness again. I am still laughing at this ignorance because I know that Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide should be the least to worry about what IPOB does with their money, because as a certified Igbo hater like him, anything that are meant to put the Igbo ethnic nationality down, like the continuous burning down of Igbo businesses in Lagos State, will cause him to celebrate the more instead of unsubstantiated lamentations. And for Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide to have ignored all that are happening to Igbo ethnic nationality in Lagos State and pretend to shift his sympathy to the Igbo ethnic nationality over the insecurity in Igbo land that are deliberately being sponsored by APC-led government, led the ruling government, and of the day of the day in order to dent IPOB and ESN image has exposed him the more, and who bankrolls him, Adeyemi Adeboken Olumide, maliciously articles should be ignored. For the fact that a person like Adeyemi, an Igbo hater and IPOB phobia, is worried on what IPOB does with our money, which he, Adeyemi, does not contribute a penny, but went on criticizing and lamenting how Barrister Ejiofor and how the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu feeds fast with the IPOB money is worrisome. To be seen as an agent provocateur working underground for the DSS, Adeyemi Adeboken shouldn't be worried about our spending, because we have chosen to remain resolute in funding the struggle of the restoration of Biafra, and that goes to show us that IPOB fever has encapsulated all over him. That's what the thing take be. The overwhelming success of IPOB and ESN locally and internationally to free ourselves is actually giving this DSS agent provocateur a sleepless night, and as he journeys his way to presidential media aid, which is actually his dreams, he must get ready for high blood pressure, because IPOB giant media warriors are ever ready to destroy him with simple truth that is devoid of baseless propaganda and falsehood. This one, that's all the thing take be. So, hashtag Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and hashtag Biafra's Unity. So, I take care of this morning, and we are going straight to the congratulatory message of Senator Chimoroke Nnamani. He don't congratulate to at last, he don't leave the government seat. I don't say indirectly you are still in the government, because you are still warming up for 2027. That's all the thing take. When I don't get any business again, other than jumping from one government house to the other. Former governor of Enugu State, where he named Chimoroke Nnamani, has considered defeat to Enugu East senatorial candidate of the Labour Party, Kevin Chukwu. He must accept now. Why not accept? Nigerian News area report that the Labour Party candidate pulled 69,136 to beat Chimoroke of the People's Democratic Party, who scored 48,701 votes. Reacting to the outcome of the poll, Chimoroke congratulated the senator-elect for Enugu East District, Kevin Chukwu. Nnamani, in a congratulatory message, said the outcome of the election reflected the wishes of the majority of the constituents. According to him, the people have spoken and urged his supporters to remain calm and accept the outcome of the elections in good faith. He also wished the Labour Party senator-elect successful tenure in the upper legislative chamber of the state. He said the result of the election, in tandem with the rev of movement in the southeast zone, who have identified with Labour Party a contrary result, would have negated the trend. I wish the Enugu East senator-elect a successful tenure in the upper legislative chamber. Recall that Kevin replaced his brother Uyibo Chukwu, who was murdered a few days before the February 25th, 2023 presidential election and National Assembly election. Kevin Chukwu is the younger brother of Uyibo Chukwu, who was murdered days before the 2023 presidential election. May his soul find solace in the Lord. The last year but not the least, we are going to give you the full list of APC and PDP governors that won and lost the election, and the new ones that emerged. So let us see what happens. Out of the 28 state governorship election conducted across country on Saturday, March 18, only 18 sitting governors battled for the election for a second term in office. Nigerian report that governorship and House of Assembly elections were conducted on Saturday in the states. However, this article is focused on sitting governors who won and lost their election bids at the polls. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC commenced announcement of poll winners on Sunday upon the successful collation of election results from different polls units across the state. Below is the list of all Progressive Congress APC and People's Democratic Party PDP governors who won their seats and election bids as follows. They are Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak of Kwara State, Governor Inuwa Yaya of Gombe State, and Governor May Malabuni Bumi of Yobe State. Seyi Makinde wins in PDP. The incumbent governor of Oyo State won his reflection after defeating his top challengers from the Labour Party, Akinwele Tayo, and the candidate of the APC Senator Taslim Folaren. Nigerian report that Makinde pulls 563,756 votes to defeat his Folaren, who scored 256,685 votes in the result of 33 local governments in the southwest states. Declaring Makinde as the winner earlier today, INEC returning officer in the state, Prof. Adeyemi Simon, said that Makinde's Olusoyi Abiodun of the PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and he is returned electoral by the returning officer, Prof. Adeyemi Simon, on this day, 19th day of March of 2023. Abdurrahman Abduradik, he went for APC. That is the governor of which state serve under People's Democratic Party, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Dapo Abiodun wins for APC again. This one now two APC governors, so they return to seat. Mohammed Yahya wins Gombe for APC, another APC. May Malabuni win in APC. This one now the election bid. And I saw the thing take bid. So my good people, and I don't hear them, people will win and people will lose. I never see any Labour Party governor elect, if there's any. Okay, now may he succeed in the state which he or she have been elected. And I saw the thing take bid. So my people, this Monday morning, this one is just an early eye opener, and what do they call it? What would I call it? Early warning broadcast, to let my people know that any eye where they cry can also see that the destruction of the Igbo properties in Lagos is becoming alarming, and the federal government, the state government, the local government are not doing anything. The security operatives are out there. Even they are the one that is supplying guns to the miscreants, to the urchins, and to the hoodlums and the thugs and aboros in Lagos State to be using it to shoot the Igbos. There's a video circulating on the social media. Go and watch it. You will see where a lot of our boys, I mean the Igbos, the Biafrans, are being carried into vehicles to the hospital because of the sustained gunshot injuries from the thugs in Lagos State. This one are APC thugs, though, and no one is saying anything. They attacked the Labour Party campaign rally before the presidential election. Some people arms were amputated. Some people went to the polling, the campaign rally with two arms. At the end of the day, they are now having one arm. That the same hoodlums, the state government says nothing. They attacked the Labour Party House of Reps in Surulere. Even the election was going on, but the young man was receiving treatment at the hospital. The state government and local government and the security operatives, they says nothing. I think it is high time now they change that Lagos State name instead of Lagos State to Togri State. Because the Lagos State, as far as I am concerned, have no any single law. If that is why sometimes I keep marveling and I keep wondering: is this that same Lagos that the state Tinubu built that he used to campaign? Somebody who never campaigned in the progress of his predecessor, which is Muhammadu Buhari, campaigned on Lagos. You build aboros and hoodlums and thieves in Lagos State to destroy people's lives and properties. That is the only thing you managed to build in Lagos. For the past 23 years, you have been remained there as a godfather. And people are not seeing these things. Anyway, when I don't vote him in, right, they let him be sworn in. No, all of us go rock him now. All of us go suffer him. Those aboros, tell me how you going to try to Asorok and go and tell him that you are the one that have been destroying the Igbo properties so that he will recognize you and give you post? My dear, you are on your own. The youths that have been out there snatching ballot boxes and doing all manner of things for the APC, when they get to see it, they will forget you. And you will still remain where you are. Even with your degrees and qualifications, you couldn't find a job in your own country. What a world. So my good people, please, now here we will end this broadcast Until I come your way again, please, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. If you are not subscribed to my channel, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we post something new or we go live on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Have a nice day, my people. I bless you all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, that this week shall be a perfect week for all of us. Bye for now. I'm honored. Remember, please be calm until you hear from your presidential candidate, which is the Labour Party, P2B, on what next to do, because this thing is getting out of hand. Have a nice day, my people. Bye.